Just 2 matches remain in the Springboks 2025 Test match season. The penultimate one being against Ireland at the Aviva Stadium here in Dublin on Saturday. The last 2 weeks of this tour have been characterised by frustration over inconsistency in the application of the red card law. And notwithstanding that frustration, Springbok assistant coach Mzwandile Stick says the coaching group have been seriously impressed with the way that the teams have adjusted to on-field scenarios, both against France and against Italy.
It's really frustrating for us as coaches, more especially seeing how those incidents happened. The boys have done everything by the book, level change, the things that we coach with them. So now for us as coaches, we're not even sure what to coach them now because they will do everything by the book, the way we coach them to do fair tackle. And mistakes do happen, so it was frustrating for us as coaches, but I have to give credit to our players. When it comes to solutions and plans, even the guys that are not in the match 23 against Italy halftime, guys like Thomas in the changing room coming in, making plans, and we have to also give credit to our boys. But otherwise, it was sad to see the game, how it turned out, because I have to be honest and say a team like Italy, they deserve better than what happened on the day because of, once again, they've been playing very good rugby. They gave us a tough time when they came to South Africa. They played very well against Australia a week before us, and their coaching staff is doing a great job with that team. A lot of world-class players there. So I think for us, yes, we were disappointed, because of, once again, like I said, Italy deserve more respect also when it comes to how things turn out in the game.
I have to ask you about the Test career so far of Ethan Hooker. Coming in, playing some massive games against New Zealand, starting in Wellington, winning a rugby championship title. Now, starting for the first time at inside centre and having to perform in those adverse circumstances. How impressed have you been with Ethan?
Yeah, very impressed. I think for me as a coach and someone who works close with him, it's just the maturity in his head, at that age, and just a good student of the game, always willing to learn, and even when he came into our squad, as you know, that I take pride in how we, high balls, and then I made sure at that time, my biggest project is to make sure that this boy, when we need him at wing, he'll be able to deliver in that position, and he has done that. He's never let us down. Very aggressive in the air, very tough on the ground, with his size, and also the fact that he's got good brains of the game, So for us, it was always the plan to maybe start him outside so that he just gets to how to fit in our team, and then also brings himself, and that's one thing that I enjoy about him. And as you can see now, the confidence is there. So that's why for us, it was the easy call to make, where we can bring him closer to action, because, at 12, there's a lot of decisions to be made compared to when you're at wing. At wing, you can just let loose and then just play the game. You don't have to make a lot of decision. And the boy has been doing a great job for us as a team. So I'm very happy to see where Hooker is at the moment.
Looking forward to this test match, the penultimate game of 2025. The last 4 test matches between these two teams have all finished within one score. Obviously a tight test match expected, but what do you think you need to do differently to come out on the right side of the result compared to the last couple of meetings?
Yeah, Matt, once again, if you look at Ireland, probably the past seasons, they've been probably one of the best teams in the world, in the top 3. And we know they've got world-class players, and we know they're a well-coached team. I think the key thing for us is to make sure that whatever strategy or plan we've got, we have to make sure that we at our best on the day, And once again, through everything that we've been through the past 2 games, the manner in which our players were kept on fighting on the field, and like I said, solutions were there. Players adapted well, even though it's sad some of the players are missing out. Sia against France, 100 test match, and then all of a sudden the guy had to leave the field because of the red card. And then also same thing last week, we gave some youngsters opportunities, to see Zach leaving the field early because of the plans that we had to adjust on a day. Yeah, so yes, there and there we get frustrated with those decisions, but again, I also feel for the players, and once again, I must give credit to them for being able to understand how we operate as a team and find solutions and end up winning the game. I think if you go against Ireland, I think we'll probably have to make sure we're at our best on the day, and you're not going to get a lot of opportunities against them. They're a world-class side, well-organized side. I think we'll probably have to play like you said now, it's always a one score away. So probably it's going to be a tough game.
But having said that, one of the features of the Springboks this season has been the ability to pull away in the final quarter of games, even when down to 14 men, even when you're trailing at halftime. Where has that come from, that ability to finish the opportunities and to finish strong? Is it a strength and conditioning thing? Is it a combination of things?
I think credit must go also to Rassie as our main guy. He sometimes when Rassie thinks about all these things and his strategies, sometimes it sounds crazy at the beginning, but when you see players now, even on the bench, where they enjoy being on the bench, and they know they've got a big role to play in on the field, that is something that he has created in this environment, where even the guys that are sitting on the bench, you can see they're excited about their role. Even when they come off the bench, the Kwakas, and then like I always say, if you look at the guys like Malcolm now having a business called Bomb Squad, and how they've embraced, because in the past, no player used to enjoy sitting on the bench. And then the culture in this team and what Rassie has created, every player feels like they're part of something big, even if they're not in a match 23, like I said to you, some players will still come up with solutions and ideas. So that's one thing that we enjoy about this team. And then you spoke about finishing strong. I think also when it comes to how we manage the squad, some people don't understand when we make rotations around. Last week, we made a couple of changes and the boys that got an opportunity. Probably if you look at the back line, Ethan Hooker, Kenan Moody, Edward van der Merwe getting their chance, Andre Pollard at 10. Probably those were one of our best players in the field. I think the competition amongst our players, I think it's a healthy one and we enjoy seeing them. Every player gets a chance and they grab it with both hands. I think that's probably where we are currently. I think we are in a healthy space in the sense of every player wants to do their best for this team.